Java has 8 primitive data types: byte, short, char, int, long, float, double, and boolean. We work with the string class so often that we oftentimes think of a string as being a primitive data type, but it's not. String is really what we call a wrapper class, which means that it takes a primitive data type, in this case char, and wraps some code around it. Now what we're going to look at today is we're going to look at some sample code called string mutation. And the string mutation code will make use of some of the methods of the string class. In this case, it's going to use concat, toUpperCase, replace, and substring, and demonstrate how the class can, or the methods can be used to manipulate strings. Also the length method, I guess. And first of all, we'll go, I'm using JGrasp here, so we'll go to Help, and we're going to go to the Java API. In the Java API, Java Application Program Interface, I've scrolled down and located the string class, and here we see the documentation on the string class. You can see that string inherits from java.lang object. Object, of course, is the in the class hierarchy, it is the superclass of all superclasses in Java. Because string is part of the java.lang package, java.lang is automatically available to us, so we don't have to do any kind of import to work with a string class. We'll scroll on down, and we see a list of the constructors for the string class. And I'll scroll a little further down. And normally we work with the string class that accepts a string, but you'll notice that there are other constructors that can be used when we work with strings. And what the constructor does is it creates a new string based on whatever literal string is in the argument. I'll scroll a little further down, and here we can see some of the methods of the string class. Char_at will tell us a char at a particular location in the string. We're going to look at concat in a little bit in our sample code. Concatenates the specified string to the end of this string. So in other words, it connects two strings together. And we can scroll down further. We'll go down and find the sorry, I went too far down. We'll find the length method. Returns the length of the string, so it literally counts the number of chars in a string and returns that. And I'll let you look through that, and but keep in mind that the Java API can help you understand a class as you work with it. Okay, let's look at some sample code to help us understand how some of these methods can be used. Here we declare a string called phrase, assign a value to it, declare 4 strings that we can use for our mutations of the string, and then do a simple print line statements to do a little output for the original settings of the string. Then the first method we apply is the concat method, and concat, if you recall, will tack 2 strings together. So what we expect to see here is the connection of the original phrase to this new phrase that we're connecting with it. Then we apply the toUpper to that mutation and assign it to mutation 2. So that should convert the all the characters in the string to uppercase. Then we do a replace, and with the replace method we pass in 2 arguments, a char for a capital E and a char for X, and then we have a substring 3, 30 are our two arguments, and we want to see what that's about and how those are behaving. That gets assigned to mutation 4. And then clear at the end we do a length, and so we show the length of the string. Do a quick compile here to be sure nothing's corrupted. It compiles okay. And now we'll run that. Let me adjust that up so that we can see that just a little bit better and see the output. So we see that the original string was change is inevitable. The length of that string was 20 characters. When we applied mutation 1, which was the concatenation, it changed the phrase to change is inevitable except from vending machines. Then mutation 2 is uppercase, and notice that it changed all the chars in the string to uppercase. Still same message. Then we did the replace method with the arguments being capital E and X, and if you look at mutation 3, you'll notice that every capital E in the string has been replaced with an X. Kind of an interesting thing that you could do. And then mutation 3 is applying substring 3 to 30. And if you count the characters, what you will find is it's displaying a range of characters starting at 3 and going to 30. And then last of all, we did a length, output of the length, and we see that the length of the string is now 27. It was originally 20. So that's an example of looking at the string class, using the Java API to understand methods of a class, and then applying some examples. The Java source code used in this video is available as a free download at www.myiowatech.com. The MyIowaTech website provides additional videos on the subject of Java, PHP, network security, and other programming technologies.